Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me. Today, we are going to talk about hard drive. So in this video, I'm going to share with you step by step how to make a hard drive work on your computer. Hard drive can be internal or external. It can be connected via SATA cable or via USB cable. It can be installed inside of your PC chassis, or it could be just plugged on the outside of your computer. So we're going to cover everything. So if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe so that you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now let's get started. Let me start with installing the hard drive, because without even installing it, it doesn't really make sense to talk about anything else. So there are three main types of hard drives out there: 3.5-inch hard drive, 2.5-inch hard drive, and then external hard drive, which connects to your computer via USB cable. Let's start with the internal ones. If you have a desktop computer, there are two types of internal hard drives: 3.5-inch hard drive and 2.5-inch hard drive. 3.5-inch hard drive usually refers to mechanical hard drive, and 2.5-inch hard drive usually refers to solid-state drive. However, you can also get 3.5-inch solid-state drive and 2.5-inch mechanical hard drive. But generally speaking, 3.5-inch hard drive refers to mechanical hard drive, and 2.5-inch hard drive refers to solid-state drive. Now let's talk about how to install these two different types of hard drives inside of your computer chassis. So first of all, we need to shut off the power supply of the computer. We need to unplug the power cord from the wall outlet. And we also need to take away the side panel of the chassis so that we can access all the internal components. Now let's start installing the hard drive. So here we have a 3.5-inch hard drive, and this is the back of the computer case. This is where we are going to put our hard drive. As you can see over here, this is a hard drive cage, and we have this screw over here. What we are going to do is we are going to mount this hard drive right here. So what we need to do is loosen this screw. And then we are going to take the screw and put it through this hole over here, and then we are going to put it back right here. We are going to tighten it up, and then we are going to put the hard drive right here, and then we are going to slide it in and make sure the screw goes through the hard drive and goes through this hole and then tightens up. And that is how you install a 3.5-inch hard drive. However, nowadays, most of the computer cases come with this tool, less design. So what you can do is just put the screw right here, put the hard drive in place, and just press it. It will snap in place, and that is how easy it is to install a hard drive. This is the front of the chassis, and this is how the final result should look like. The hard drive is mounted securely. Now let's talk about installing a 2.5-inch hard drive, or a solid-state drive. So here we have a 2.5-inch solid-state drive. As you can see, it is much slimmer than a 3.5-inch hard drive. We need to locate a suitable location where we can install this 2.5-inch solid-state drive. Over here we have this metal bracket. What we can do is loosen this screw, put the bracket in place, and then tighten it up. Then we are going to put the solid-state drive or the hard drive right here, and then secure it with this screw. So we are going to loosen this screw, put it through this hole, and then put it through the screw hole of the hard drive, and then tighten it up. And then that is how we install a 2.5-inch hard drive or a solid-state drive. Again, most of the modern chassis come with this tool-less design, so it makes it super easy to install a 2.5-inch solid-state drive. Just put it right here, press it, it will snap in place, and that is it. The next thing we need to do is connect the SATA data cable. This is the small cable with the little connector at the end. Make sure to connect it to the motherboard. Usually the connector goes right here. This is a SATA connector on the motherboard. So we are going to put it right here and make sure it is firmly secured. Next, we need to connect the SATA power cable. This is a bigger cable, and it usually comes from the power supply unit. Sometimes it has this L-shaped connector, sometimes it has this connector. It depends on your power supply unit. All we need to do is find a free SATA connector on the power supply unit, and then connect it to the cable, and then the other end we are going to connect it to the hard drive itself. So we are going to put it right here and then push it in until we hear a click. And that is it. We've successfully installed a hard drive or a solid-state drive inside of our computer chassis. Now we can put the side panel back on, plug in the power cord, turn on the power switch, and then we can boot up the computer, and we should see the hard drive detected. In order to check whether the hard drive is detected or not, we can open up Task Manager. On Windows, we can press Ctrl Shift Escape. On Mac OS, we can open Activity Monitor. On Linux, we can open System Monitor. And here we can go to the Performance tab, and then we can see the hard drive information. So you can see it says 275 gigabytes, and this is the hard drive I just installed. So it is detected, and it is working properly. Installing a hard drive on a laptop is very similar to installing a hard drive on a desktop computer. It just involves a little bit more steps. You need to shut down the laptop. If you can take away the battery, that's even better. You need to open up the hard drive compartment. Every laptop has a different design, so it is really hard for me to show you exactly how to do it on your laptop. Most likely you need to open up the bottom panel of the chassis and then locate a compartment where the hard drive is installed. Usually the hard drive is covered with this metal plate, and you need to remove the screws and then take away the metal plate, and then you can see the hard drive itself. Depending on your laptop, it might have a caddy where you can just take out the old hard drive, put in the new hard drive, and then reinsert the caddy back into the compartment. If your laptop does not have a caddy, then you probably need to take out the hard drive by unscrewing it. Once you take out the old hard drive, you can put in the new one and then screw it in place. And then you can put the metal cover back on and then put the bottom panel back on. Installing an external hard drive is the easiest. You don't need to install anything. You just need to plug it into a free USB port, and then it should auto-mount. However, if it is not detected, then you can go to Disk Management on Windows or Disk Utility on Mac OS, and then initialize the hard drive. So after installing the hard drive, we might need to initialize the hard drive and then create a partition on it so that we can actually use it, so we can save files onto it. So let's talk about how to initialize a hard drive and how to create a partition on it. On Windows, we can go to Disk Management by pressing Win-X and then choosing Disk Management, or we can press Win-R. Type disk mgmt.msc and then hit Enter. This is the Disk Management window. Here we can see all the disks that are connected to our computer. If we have an external hard drive connected via USB, or an internal hard drive that we just installed, it should show up here as an unallocated space. And what we need to do is right-click the unallocated space and then choose New Simple Volume. This is the wizard to create a simple volume, so we are going to go next. The next page, we need to specify the size of the partition. So we can choose a custom size or we can choose the maximum size. We are going to go with the maximum size. The next page, we need to specify a drive letter. We can choose any letter. The next page, we need to confirm the settings. We are going to choose NTFS, that's the default setting, and then we are going to go next. The next page, we need to specify a volume label. So we can give it any name we want, and then we are going to go next. The last page is to confirm the settings. We are going to choose fast, and then we are going to go next. A few seconds later, we should see a message saying the operation was completed successfully. We are going to click Finish, and that is how we create a partition on our hard drive. Now we can close Disk Management, and we can see the hard drive with the letter Z assigned to it. On Mac OS, we can open Disk Utility. This is under Applications, Utilities, Disk Utility. When we open Disk Utility, we can see the hard drive over here. All we need to do is select the hard drive and then click Erase. This is the window where we can specify the format of the hard drive. We are going to go with a PFS. If we are using an SSD, if we are using an HDD, or an old version of Mac OS, then we can choose Mac OS Extended Journaled. If we are going to share the hard drive with Windows computers, then we can choose exFAT and then click Erase. Alright guys, that is how we initialize a hard drive and create a partition on it so that we can use it. We can simply open up the File Explorer on Windows or Finder on Mac OS, and then we can see the hard drive over here and we can save files onto it. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.